I'm going to show you how to use a new Google app called Jamboard. So Jamboard is like a collaborative whiteboard app that allows you to have your own whiteboard space that you can share with other people that you guys can both or all collaborate with together. So the way it works is I'm going to start off by opening up the Jamboard app. And then once I open it, I need to sign in with my Google account. You need to make sure you use your school Google account for this. Now, a Jamboard is actually a device made by Google, but you don't actually have to have a Jamboard in order to create these collaborative whiteboard spaces. So essentially the way it works is when I open it up, I have a plus sign in the bottom right-hand corner to be able to create my jam. So this first tool here is what's called a writing tool. This gives me a lot of different ways I can write on my device. So I have a pen tool that I can write with a pen or marker. I have a highlighter tool, a paintbrush tool. Each one of these works essentially the same way, it just has a different kind of writing style. I can change colors that go through it. And then I also have some assistive writing tools here. The assistive writing tools give me the ability to convert written text to type. So for example, if I leave that on, I can type in something. And then when I write it and let it go, it'll switch it to edited or typed text. I also have the ability under there to do the same thing with shapes. So if I am not the best drawer, but I wanted to draw some shapes, I could draw kind of a rough circle and then let go, and it'll perfect it for me. And then I could even resize it or make changes or whatever I want as well. And then finally, there's the ability here to do the same kind of thing, except with drawings. So if I was going to try to draw a doodle, and maybe this is a cat, or whatever it is, it will try to match with another doodle similar to it. So, hey, maybe I wanted it to look like this. So you can make yourself to be a much better drawer than you actually are in here. Now, I also have the ability to erase, and I could simply tap on that and use it like an eraser tool, or I could tap it again, and I could tell it to clear the frame of all things in this page, which in this case I don't want to do. Now, I also have a selection arrow tool. What that does is this allows me to tap on something, and when I do, I can move it around. I can tap the three dots and duplicate it, delete it, move it in front of things, behind other things. So if I wanted to, for example, the circle, I could tap and then pinch and zoom to resize it, rotate it by simply spinning with my fingers, and so on. I can also use the arrow tool to select something by drawing around it. So for example, this word here, the word pen, is written multiple letters, but if I draw around it, this now joins them together, and this allows me to resize it and move it around and control it and adjust the way it looks and so on. And then this last tool here is what's called a laser pointer. This allows me to point things out and it will fade off. So I could actually write with it if I wanted to, but it will disappear. So I could use it to circle things or to point things out, and then that text will disappear off of there like that. Now, if I want to, I also have a plus sign down here that I can add just about anything else I can think of to here. So I can add sticky notes or images, things from my Google Drive. I can insert stuff from my camera, my image library, and there's even a fun library of stickers in here that gives me some fun things, including some word bubbles and some comic book layouts, calendars, and so on. Now, this all here is done within one page. I have a button here. This allows me to create multiple pages. I can hit plus to add another page, either before or after it, and simply tapping on it takes me to page 2 in my jam, and so now I can keep going. So the cool thing about all this is I can tap on these three dots in the upper right-hand corner. I have a lot of different share options, but the one I want in this case is I want to share with somebody else. So I want multiple people to be able to edit this document. So I can actually maybe invite somebody here that I want to be able to edit this. So maybe I'll invite Penny the Pirate here to do this, and I can control whether she can view or edit. I can have multiple people in here if I want, and then I hit send, and then she will actually get a message that tells her she has been added to my jam. She'll receive an invitation to edit my document, and then when she opens up that invitation, it'll open up in her Jamboard app. And now I can see at top here that she has joined my document, and then she could go ahead and continually add things to it. So Maybe she was going to go through and highlight some things that she liked, or maybe she was going to circle some stuff, or maybe she was going to add some things to it, and then those things get added automatically to my jam just like that. So that is how you can use Jamboard to use it as a collaborative whiteboard. When you're finished, all you have to do is hit the little check mark in the upper left-hand corner that marks it as done. If I need to edit again, I tap the pencil to do that. But now I can go back and I could see all of my jams. Here it is right here at the top. And I could be able to open that back up later. I can give it a name, rename it to make something a little more sense. But that's all there is to using Jamboard.